सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Amrita. Now today I am in a completely new setup. I am right now in Sri Lanka. I have this beautiful, the Dasara doll set behind me. Hold on until the end of the video to have a beautiful look at how the entire setup is. We are doing the Mahabharata series and we have seen until where the Pandavas have escaped a near-death experience from the Wax Palace, and now they are in a village, and Bhima has actually killed a powerful demon. As soon as the news of the death of that demon reached Duryodhana, he was very, very sure that this should definitely have been the work of Bhima because nobody else was powerful enough to kill such a powerful demon. So he was kind of reluctant, he kind of had an idea that maybe the Pandavas would come back alive. In our previous episodes, we have seen as to how Draupadi was born, how Drupada, the king of Panchala, took a boon that a daughter should be born in order to marry Arjuna, and that daughter was Draupadi. It was the time to get her married, so he arranged for a Swayamvar for Draupadi. The Pandavas, on hearing this, also decided to go take part in it, and they actually went to the Swayamvar. Duryodhana was also present there in order to marry Draupadi. The Swayamvar had a competition of archery. None of them knew that the Pandavas were actually the Pandavas. They had come disguised as Brahmins from the village. But the rules of the Swayamvar said that any person that actually takes part in that archery and succeeds in it would be married to Draupadi. They did not mention that it should be a Kshatriya or a Brahmin or anything like that. So even Brahmins were allowed to take part in that Swayamvar. Of course, Arjuna, being the great archer that he is, decided that he would also take part. Duryodhana was not a great archer, so instead of Duryodhana, Karna came forward to take part in the entire archery. We'll see more about Karna in our next episode. So now, at one shot, one aim, Arjuna very easily, very swiftly, without any kind of efforts, easily achieved the target and he won the competition. But none of them knew that the person disguised in the form of a Brahmin was actually Arjuna. So the king was kind of reluctant. He was kind of worried. I had actually, given birth to this daughter, especially to marry Arjuna. But now that, the Swayamvar has happened and actually the Brahmin has won the competition, he definitely deserves to get married to Draupadi. He agrees reluctantly, but later on, Drishtadyumna actually finds out that Arjuna, the Brahmin disguised, is none other than Arjuna himself. Once Drishtadyumna tells that news to his father, Drupada is very, very happy and he happily marries Draupadi to Arjuna. They did not come there as princes, they just came there as common man, as Brahmins, and now they had actually taken the princess in hand in marriage and they went back to there. Once they went back to Kunti, they told that they had found a girl. In Sanskrit, a girl and a fruit kind of has a similar meaning, the word. So when they told that they had actually found a girl, Kunti took it for a fruit and she told the Pandavas to share it between themselves. The mother's word is the ultimate truth. There is nothing else beyond the mother's word. So as per Kunti's orders, Draupadi became the wife of all the 5 Pandavas. They had to, take it forward along with their mother's words. At first, she did not like it. Actually, there is also a story behind why Draupadi was married to 5 husbands. In her previous birth, she had actually done a lot of tapasya, a lot of penance. Lord Shiva had appeared in front of her to give her and the boon that she asked was that she wanted a husband who was handsome, who was very, very disciplined, and who was a very, very righteous man, a person who was very, very good in archery, and a person who was a complete gentleman. Now, all five characteristics could never exist in one man. So, Shiva gave her the boon that in her next birth she would have a husband with all these qualities. It turned out to be that each Pandava, each brother had one quality that she had asked for, and in turn she got married to them because of the boon of the previous birth. The entire city of Drupada was so happy, the entire city of Panchala was so happy. Drishtadyumna came and requested the Pandavas that they could come back to their kingdom. As per Yudhishthira's words, Yudhishthira decided that they would all go back to Hastinapur and tell them that they were back and would ask for their share of the kingdom. We will see how the Pandavas got their share of the kingdom and how again they lost it and what happens in our further episodes. I have shot this video in Kamali Auntie's place. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Here she is. Thank you so much for letting me do this. It means a lot. And it is beautiful, guys. You have to wait to watch the entire thing. Until I see you next time, be good, do good always. Thank you. Bye.